Hey, what's up? Welcome to Degen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of Nikola, ticker symbol NKLA. And so it's been a crazy week for Nikola. On Monday, January 29th, went up more than 12% on the day. And then over the course of the week, kind of tested that top, but then pulled back, which is not at all what I was expecting to happen. I expected that because it was right around the top of this wedge and did not seem like there was a strong breakout, I expected it to pull back down to test 58 cents again before making another attempt at the top. That is not what we saw. And also on that note, I do want to point out that I did suggest that 58.4 cents would be the bottom. We did get a pierce of that on January 18th at 58.25 cents. And so from that level up to the high of that day I did the last video, that was a over 20% gain. And so I do think that it is a good practice to, when up that much over a short period of time and right around resistance, it's at least a good idea to trim a little in case this does not happen and price does pull back down. But if you were able to benefit from this over 12% day, congrats to you. I do think that, it's quite possible price will rally into next week again, but I do think that price will be settling out a little bit before continuing higher, like going to 85.5 cents. And I do think that with the pullback that we've seen, it does look like it is respecting 70.5 cents, as well as this dashed uptrend that I drew. So I do think it is quite possible that the bottom could be in before continuing higher. However, there could, of course, be a retrace to the top of this wedge to confirm that breakout, testing the top of that wedge as support before going higher. And one thing that we can do to get a better idea of levels that it might settle at is do a Fibonacci retracement. And so taking that retracement from the low here on, let's see, January 18th to the high of January 29th, we can see these different levels that price might settle at. And so one of them that should stand out is the 382, which is at a price of 71.39 cents. Does look like we have seen a couple tails of candles coming down below that, piercing it, but not closing lower. Also, we can see the 50% retracement. That is at a price of 68.88 cents. And the low on Friday was 68.97 cents, so just above that level. So it's quite possible that 50% retracement will serve as support. And I just added back in the 618 retracement, which was not there, that level. And so that is at a price of 66.38 cents. So again, price could be coming down to that level. And I do believe that the 618 is statistically the most common level to be retraced to. So I would prepare for a retracement to that level. And then I guess worst case scenario, or, the worst case scenario is going much lower. But of this retracement, the 786 is at a price of 62.8 cents. So quite possible price could be coming down to that level. And maybe we have a tail of a candle coming down to pierce 58.40 or 58.25, being the 100% retracement of that Fibonacci and testing the top of the wedge as support, confirming that breakout to then launch from there to these higher levels. So I do think that is quite possible. And then also, before I close the video, if we look at the weekly chart, I might actually remove that retracement so we can get a better view of the candles here. And so last week, it does look like we had a bullish engulfing candle, which I did point out in the last video. I did not expect it to lead to such a week that we had over the past week. And but what I do see with last week's candle closing at a price of 72.81 on Friday, February 2nd, it does look like there's a pretty nice wick up there that could suggest a topping signal, with this being an inverted hammer candle or a shooting star. That could definitely suggest that there is a reversal on the table. But again, I could be surprised, and this could jump up tomorrow and continue to tackle 85.5 cents, if not possibly $1. So who knows? But if there is a retracement to any of these levels, I do think it will be important to consider those and to see where strength is found, a bottom is found before a reversal and it moves to the upside. But those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.